Hello, 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 everybody. An unexpected live again today. This time I'm broadcasting on 3 different platforms, my own profile, my personal profile on Facebook, and 2 YouTube channels, my Back in the Groove Again channel and my Teacher Linda GR channel. So the Back in the Groove Again YouTube channel provides inspirational, provides insights, provides you with motivational tips. And the Teacher Linda GR is mostly for students who want to practice their English. Hello, where are you viewing me from? Where are you viewing me from? Type in the chat box where you're viewing me from. And so today I want to talk about the subject of mindset again. During the week, I started talking about mindset, but this week it's about successes. But first, I'm going to introduce myself, and if you'd like, type your name in the chat box. Tell me where you are from. I'd love to know, because sometimes I have people that view me from Canada, from the States, from Africa, from everywhere in the world. And so if you're watching this now, or if you're watching this on the replay, write hashtag replay and where you're watching this from. So my name is Linda. I'm your Back in the Groove Again coach. Today I want to talk about successes. I think when we are job searching, or at any time in our lives, but I'm going to talk specifically about job searching here. When we're job searching, we don't often look at the glass as half full. We'll often look at the glass as half empty. Just because we didn't get a job, we think we weren't successful. Now, I want to challenge your way of thinking here and suggest that even though you may not have gotten a job this week, for example, you were still successful. And this is what I want us to talk about today, is our successes. I want to celebrate our successes. So for example, sometimes getting up, waking up, and taking some time to do job search, that's a success. So you want to chalk that up to a success. Or perhaps you've had the opportunity to network, to talk to somebody about you or about your skills and abilities. That's a success. Chalk that up to success. Now, right now we're talking about job search, but let me shift that a little bit and say, well, if you are a business person and you've been able to contact or book some appointments with some clients, that's a success, right? And we need to celebrate those successes. Or if maybe you're retired and you went for a walk today because it was so beautiful outside, that's a success. So I invite you to really think about what you accomplished this week and celebrate those accomplishments. And they don't have to be large accomplishments. I think what gets us into trouble is when we think that, well, I didn't publish a book, or I didn't make a sale, or I didn't get that interview, which would be, an accomplishment for some people. I think when some people don't see those types of results, they think they weren't successful. But I'm here to challenge your way of thinking, for you to consider that the fact that you did get the interview, or the fact that you were on the phone with a client, the fact that you managed to sell a product, for example, or the fact that you got up this morning and had the right attitude, that's a success. So you're right. I am challenging you to think this way, because most people would think No, that's not a success for me. And that's, that might not be how you define success. So I'm going to invite you to think, well, what would be a success for me? What would be a success for me? And a success doesn't have to be a huge accomplishment. A success could be one of the steps that you need to take in order to have or to complete this big accomplishment. So every step along the way that you've taken can be celebrated and should be celebrated, because that is what you need. You need to know that you're successful. You need to know that you're following your plan, for example, and you need to celebrate each one of those milestones. And, sometimes what I'll do, because I've had, a few really good wins this week. For example, I've had the second call with a consulting company, and it went really well. That's one thing that I can celebrate, the fact that it went well. But the other thing, too, that's related to that same appointment is that I spoke in French for the entire hour. Now, I speak French. I'm fluent in French. But, I was able to engage in a conversation in French, a lively conversation in French for that whole entire hour. I feel really good about that. Hello. Where are you viewing me from? Can you type in the chat box where you're viewing me from? And I'm going to ask you, since we're talking about celebrating our successes today, what success can you celebrate, or will you be celebrating today or over the next few days? Can you add a comment in the chat box? I just mentioned a few seconds ago that one of the things that I'm celebrating is a successful meeting with a company, with a consulting company. That's one thing. And having that whole interview, that whole meeting in French. Je parle français, puis j'ai pu parler en français pour toute la rencontre. Puis je crois que c'était assez important que je le fasse, puis que je célèbre cette rencontre. La rencontre que j'ai eue en français. C'est un bon succès pour moi. Donc, so the fact that I talked in French for that whole hour was great. You see, so successes don't need to be huge. So how are you celebrating, and what are you celebrating today? I'd love to hear more about that. And so when we shift our mindset, when we start thinking of even those small little accomplishments as successes, we start feeling better. We start feeling successful. And that allows us to continue to feel successful. And that's why we have to sometimes challenge ourselves to think out of that box. Hi, where are you viewing me from? Can you type in either your name or where you're viewing me from, which country, what city? I'd love to know where you're calling me from, or not calling me from, but viewing me from. I live in Canada. Hi, Juan. Hi, Juan. Where are you calling from, Juan? Or where are you viewing me from? Oh, Juan's not on anymore. Thank you, Juan. I am bilingual. I was raised in a small community. We called it the Moulin à Fleurs, le Moulin à Fleurs, which is a small community in Sudbury. And that small community was French, was a Francophone community. Hello, who is viewing me? Can you type your name in the chat box and tell me where you're viewing me from? I was just saying that I'm currently in Ottawa. And in Ottawa, there is a lot of people that speak French and English. And in the province of Ontario, there are a lot of bilingual people, French and English. I learned to speak French from a very, very, very young age. My family was Francophone. My family was French. So it's easy for me to speak French because I learned it from a young age when I was a kid. Where are you calling from? Where are you viewing me from? Can you type it in the chat box? I'd love to know who's watching me. And if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, add some thumbs up or some little hearts or to show me that that you're here. So today I talked about successes, and I talked about shifting your mindset about what a success is and to celebrate those successes, even if you think they're meaningless or they're small successes. I'm going to challenge you to say, yes, I did it. Hooray, I did it. And even to post it on your Facebook profile. You know, I was able to talk to a client today, or I sent a resume out, or I had a great interview. So type that in your chat box, type that in your comment section, in your profile, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube right now. If you have succeeded, if you have did something that was good, even if it wasn't huge, celebrate it. Now, I'll often celebrate with a coffee. You know, I love this cup. I actually picked up this cup, this ceramic cup. Well, I'll ask you, whoever's viewing me, can you tell where this cup comes from? What do you think? Where do you think this cup comes from? Can you type it in the chat box? Where do you think I bought this cup? You can type it in the chat box. Then I'll tell you where I got it from. Any guesses at all where I got this cup? I bought this cup in Mexico last winter when I went. Now, I love Mexico. I loved traveling there last winter, and I picked up a couple of ceramic pieces. And so when I drink from this cup, it reminds me of a success that I had. The success that I had was traveling to Mexico and working from Mexico when I was there. So we have to celebrate our successes. And sometimes we celebrate our successes by using things that remind us of the success that we've had. So when you're viewing this video, hashtag replay, write down what you're celebrating this week, how you're going to celebrate it this week. And it doesn't have to be huge. It could be just tiny little successes. But those tiny little successes make us feel good, absolutely good. All right, that's all I want to say for now. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Don't forget to add your comments in the video or on the comment section. Bye now.